And welcome back to the Link to the Past playthrough. Last time, after I beat the first dungeon, I got stuff. Now I'm gonna get more stuff.
Stuff is always good.
Actually, I go for this item just because of how useful it is. I'm going for the flute, because with that allows you to teleport all through the Dark World. Makes it a lot easier to get around.
You know, I like the way a couple of the items were, well, most if not all the items are used multiple times in this game. That's something I really do enjoy about this version, or this game in the series in general. Because, I mean, Twilight Princess had a bunch of cool items, but like some of the later games, you really don't use items all too often, like the bomb juice and stuff like that. Here, it seems like there's nothing that's really, like, too much of a waste.
Yeah. Because actually, that's actually one of the funniest things I always bring up whenever I talk about Twilight Princess. It's just, you get this spinning top, which looks kind of stupid, but it gives you, like, this kind of platforming thing you can do. But outside of the dungeon you get it, you use it randomly at, like, one point, and that's it.
Okay, well, this might be one of the only exceptions I could think of, the shovel. You don't use this all too often.
Yeah, but the thing about the shovel is once you get the flute, you don't have the shovel in your inventory anymore.
Oh, well, it's kind of cool.
This is kind of a sad story. The person that you saw on the stump that gave us this shovel is actually the person playing with next to the animal. And because when the changes to the Dark World happened, he got transformed into that. So he asked you to get the flute for him, but when you come back, he doesn't have much time left. It's actually pretty depressing.
Oh, wow.
Ganon doesn't let him play his flute anymore, or he's too old. It's kind of cool. And so, yeah, you might see that this item looks strikingly familiar to Ocarina of Time, which, you know, I'm assuming is what was inspiration for Ocarina of Time. But in this, it's not technically the Ocarina of Time, it's a flute. So, interesting little concept about the Ocarina, or the flute. Originally in this game, it seems like there was plans to basically make a version of the world where it was in the future and in the past. I don't know if it would have been like in the Dark World and Light World, but there was concept art for like Zelda and like some of the characters in futuristic attire, which is leading some people to think that, you know, that was originally planned, like 3 different dimensions, kind of like Oracle of Ages or like maybe Ocarina of Time.
That would be cool.
A little overly ambitious. I mean, this game turned out perfectly fine.
Oh yeah.
It's fine without it, but it would have been a cool little concept. But it seems like in the earlier Zelda games, like that's something that kind of like held the series back. Like that's what I think held back Majora's Mask. Very, very ambitious title. Even needed like an expansion to N64 to even play the game.
Oh yeah, sure.
Alright, so this, I always thought that this was one of the funnier parts, just because, you go in here, this is one of the times where you actually need magic powder. I don't think you need it anywhere else. But you talk to this guy, and he's a little confused. He's like, I'm gonna curse you. Are you ready for it? I hope you are, okay. I'm gonna do it if you don't mind.
I laughed.
Oh no.
So,
have a nice day. Have a nice day, freak.
so he tells you that he drops your magic in that, he makes it so you only have half your magic power. But really what he does is he makes it so your magic consumption is half.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when I was a kid and I always got to that part. I used to always avoid that on purpose because the way he phrased his little dialogue or diatribe, it always made me think that, you know, half was like, you know, a bad thing. So yeah, I mean, getting double magic is not necessary, but it definitely helps.
So that was also, you don't really need to do that, but if you go over there and you talk to that guy who's sleeping in there, it's actually that the person's flute, that's his dad. And that's who he asked you to talk to him for it, but really you just come here. You play the flute, and the statue of a bird turns into a
Bird?
I have no idea what kind of bird that is.
Okay then. I must go. My bird friends need me.
But now this pretty much makes the flute one of the best items, just because now you can use the teleport pretty much wherever you want.
Fast travel, go. What? Where is that guy hiding? Dang, man.
Ambush! Oh, wait, he's already gone.
He's learning from this.
I ain't even mad.
He's learning
Like,
from a thing called Snake.
He had 100% camo index. And so it looks like he just ran in for a couple rubies there, right?
A little.
Just a little bit. Well, yeah. In this game, having a lot of rupees is actually kind of useful. Actually, very useful if you only get 100% items. As you'll see in a second. I'm assuming you're going for upgraded bombs, right?
Yeah, I'm going to the waterfall or pond of wishing, something like that. It's something about happiness.
That's one thing I want to comment too is that, like, you know, he just said, "Oh yeah, here, take the flute, play it." You imagine? I mean, I don't know if it's never explained, but you know, playing the first time, you know, playing anything, I pretty much sucked at playing, you know, music. So, is he a fucking genius with music?
I don't know. It's a weird looking flute, but
if it's that easy, then dang. Well, actually, you know, it probably plays like a recorder. Now I really think about it, but to already know a tune like that, though, it's unless he's just. I just threw that together. What?
Well, I don't mean to brag or anything, but I can play chopsticks on piano.
Just saying.
Just saying. And so, yeah, it seems like it's kind of throwing away rupees here, but you throw enough rupees in here, and you can eventually upgrade either your arrows or your bombs.
Yeah, it's every 100 rupees, a fairy will come out to talk to you.
There you go.
To upgrade your arrows or your bombs by 5. Pretty much you just do this until you get
there you go.
50 bombs and 70 arrows, which takes about 1,400 rupees, I think. It's around 1,400 to max them both out. And so now that I have a bunch of pretty much unlimited magic, or unlimited rupees, and I can go there whenever I want, I start taking that time out to pretty much get magic potions. Since fairies don't heal up your health all the way in this game, and magic's really useful.
It's true.
Dang, that witch is putting in some work there.
Alright, so here, like we said before, this is where the game starts to become a little less linear, and you can go pretty much to, if not all, you can't go through to like any dungeon, but there's about 4 dungeons open to you right from the get-go. And so this is the part where I like to go this way first, just because I think it's better, and it makes going through some of the other dungeons faster.
Sequence breaking, go.
Yeah, so instead of going to the second dungeon, I'm actually going to go to the 4th one, which really isn't all that difficult. It's, especially as a dungeon, comparing it to the first one, which is actually pretty easy to get lost in, this one's pretty easy to see where to go.
And so, yeah, that's one of the instances that I referred to before, where you want to go ahead and use those teleporting spots to go ahead and get to this part of the map.
Yeah. And now we're in a dark version of Kakariko Village.
Dang, that's
pretty brutal.
Yeah. I'm surprised Nintendo could get away with that.
Alright, so, yeah, this is Dungeon 4. I think it's called Blind Hideout. If there's one thing that I do like about the GBA version, it lets you know the name of all the dungeons when you go in.
Yeah, that's a good detail there.
It's either called Blind Hideout or Thieves Hideout.
Yeah.
And this dungeon is really a toss-up on difficulty. Some people find it difficult, other people don't. I mean, as for me, it varies. Sometimes I get annoyed in here, sometimes I just go through it like in 5 minutes.
Wait, what?
Oh,
yeah, the...
Screw the establishment, I'm a bunny.
What you didn't see, the weird yellow things that move around, if they touch you, then it turns you into a bunny. But I think this engine, I think it's pretty easy. The only problem is the force-like enemies that shoot fireballs, they do a lot of damage. So that's pretty much the only problem. But aside from that, I don't really have too much difficulty with it.
Yeah, this uses perspective to trick you a lot. That's this stage's gimmick. The overhead view.
Yeah.
I like how all of these lizards went through trouble putting on a cape. You know, it doesn't really protect them from anything, but like, they need to go ahead and put the mohawk and a cape to look even more badass.
Maybe in the light world they were mohawk wearing warrior people. I don't know.
We can turn you to bunnies. I think it was one of them that just shot that special star.
No,
beam.
it's whenever you go into, there's specific rooms and sometimes under specific pots where.
Whoa there, buddy. Watch where you're going. What a douchebag. Look at him, they're just chilling.
I'm just walking around and shit, and then this guy just runs right into me.
No wonder Wario wants to kill Link.
What a douchebag!
But yeah, there's specific pots or specific places in rooms where those yellow spinny things will come to turn you into a bunny. I was never really too sure on what these enemies are, but you hit the pink thing that moves out of them to kill them. It's kind of weird.
It's very weird.
The ghost of Patrick. Oh yeah, and these anti-fairies, forgot to mention, I don't know if we have mentioned, they drain your magic if they hit you.
Oh, yeah.
So be careful with that.
Yeah. I don't want to.
What was the point to that?
Bypass.
Oh, this?
Yeah, you have to take the chance.
I think this is one of the dungeons where, like, the fake walls and, like, the fake floors. You have to, like, really be careful, or you have to be wary of where you're bombing, right?
Yeah, I think all the ones up there on that other floor are all fake except one.
Okay. There's one of those triangle things where shalar blah blah blah.
It's the Hasrala. Not
I don't
hard.
care. Can't read it, so whatever.
Yeah, this is the only place where I think you can actually bomb the floor. This is really important because it's the only way you can actually fight the boss in this dungeon. It's actually a different, like a weird kind of gimmick in order to fight the boss. I don't remember where someone tells you, but people talk about a thief named Blind, and he was this is pretty much his hideout. And they also
wait, that's a he?
Yeah, it's a he. At least I'm pretty sure it's a he. But they also talk about how Blind doesn't like light, so that comes into play whenever you need to fight the boss or something.
Okay.
Hmm.
The door probably closed behind you at this point. Or, never mind.
Ow.
I guess we'll never know.
Wait, that did 3 hearts of damage?
That did did it?
I didn't notice. I wasn't really looking.
Yeah, I wasn't looking either.
Yeah, it's just stuff in the dark world can really do a lot of damage to you if you're not paying attention.
Now that did 2.
Because that makes perfect sense. But, yeah, one of the trade-offs about the blue potion, while it may increase all your life, it doesn't do it automatically. So, while it's a really good little, fail-safe, I would personally recommend keeping at least one fairy in case you forget to, use it before you die.
Or you're getting reckless and you're trying to take that one extra hit.
Yeah, when you get too overconfident.
Yep. I always get paranoid and I usually just keep my
How did you open that lock? How do you open that lock?
If you have the big key, those open up automatically. At least, yeah, that's how it is. You have the big key, those open up automatically. So
wait,
now we have the maid. She's gonna follow us all the way out of the dungeon.
Hey, wait! Don't leave me behind.
Wait, so I didn't notice that. It's possible to, I guess, skip some of the rooms by getting the big key first?
Well, those are just, I mean, those are just, you have to open them with the big key, right?
Yeah. Alright, so now we have the Titan, which is pretty much the upgrade to the Power Glove. Now we can pick up the Darker Stone.
Yeah, and yeah, there we go. That you hadn't demonstrated before, but you can kill them. Those turn into 2 when you hit them.
And yeah, if you've been playing this game, there's certain stones that are darker than other stones. If you didn't notice, you couldn't pick up at the Power Glove. The Titansmith allows you to actually pick up heavier stones, which is mandatory for some later parts in this game.
Now we find out that really wasn't the maiden. It's actually Blind the Thief, who, on first try, this boss actually can be really annoying. Just because at first it starts off really easy, but then his head comes off and starts flying around shooting fireballs at you while you're still trying to do damage to him.
So that's actually a really cool little gimmick. I like the way that they set this dungeon up. That's a unique way to go ahead and do it. So what would happen if you brought Blind into this room without blowing up the top wall?
Nothing would happen. You just walk in here and then nothing would happen. And if you try to leave with Blind, then the person just teleports back to the original spot where he is, where he started off, I think.
You were under it, huh?
Fuck you.
Shiny. We got another shiny.
So, that's something I noticed. Is this the first game that introduced 4 heart pieces to complete a full heart?
Yeah, it is. Because in Zelda 1 and Zelda 2, if you found the heart, it was just the full heart itself and automatically gave you more health.
Yeah.
Oh, and so Blind the Thief took over the maiden's body?
More like to become a doppelganger, if anything.
Yeah, I think he really just impersonated the person to trick you.
Well, what does he stand to gain from that, though? Because, I mean, if you say you free him and you try to go out, he'll stay inside. Like, is he just trying to basically go under the radar? Make sure you don't kill him?
I guess so.
Well, basically, just from that, I just gave a little more background on the story and blah, blah, blah. You must have began it.
Anyway, guys, see you next time.